Hey there, Pisces. How are you this evening? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one is going to be for Monday, June 16th through Thursday, June 19th. So I'll be back on Wednesday. Sorry, I got lost in my own mind there. I'll be back on Wednesday to do bonus readings and get you through the weekend. We're just going to pull cards and see what Spirit wants to talk about, okay? All right, let's see. What do we got? Alrighty, this one's for my Pisces. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, so we're going to start this one off with the Death card, followed by the Ten of Swords, and then I've got the Five of Wands. So this is your recent past or your backstory going into this particular reading, okay? Currently, I have you with the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. In the near future, I'm looking at the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck for this one is actually the Three of Cups. So the underlying current to this one is something to do with the Three of Cups. Possibly this is a situation where there are where somebody's giving to more than one person, or somebody has given to more than one person, is the dynamic that I feel here with this one. But let's see. The card at the center of your read is the Queen of Wands. So from almost every direction it plays into the equation. The Queen of Wands being somebody who is absolutely out to get whatever it is they want. And I do feel here this is how you're presenting. So you're presenting as somebody who, when you see what you want, you go get it, period. Sometimes not bothering to take into account who you might step on along the way, or maybe you go after what you want impulsively and don't worry about what the repercussions could be, is how this kind of comes off right here. But let me see how they play in as we go through this. So we're going to start with the recent past. That's where we're starting this out. We've got the Death card, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Wands. What this tells me is in the recent past, there was a situation where you felt as though there was a betrayal. You were highly conflicted about how you felt about this betrayal. So I don't know. For some of you, this was something where possibly you betrayed somebody, maybe. Or maybe there was a tit for tat. Maybe you betrayed somebody, they betrayed you back, kind of deal. At any rate, you felt very conflicted about how you felt about the whole thing. You know, that's how that went. Okay, so what it did is it caused a transformation. So you were one person before this whole ordeal up here in the recent past took place. You are a different person, or you're trying to be right now, than you were then, is what's happened here, okay? I think that really this could have been a tit for tat. Like you hurt somebody and then they hurt you back. Possibly, maybe it was the first time you ever had to feel what that felt like, or you know, you didn't like it, and maybe that was the catalyst to the change, or something along those lines. It feels like that's what this is speaking of. At any rate, we couldn't change this if we wanted to. It's in the past. It's already happened, okay? And it looks like it actually had a not bad outcome, as far as it was a catalyst to making you more aware and possibly to altering the behavior, right? Or altering the behavior almost feels like an inconsideration of somebody else's emotions because you're too caught up in what you want. I think that's why the Queen of Wands is in the middle, but let's keep going. Okay, so where are we at? Now we're in the current, okay? In the current, I have Eight of Swords, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords would speak of you being in your head, okay? And you're very much so in your head. It's like you've put yourself in a mental prison, kind of like a mental time out. With the Queen of Wands, you still have, obviously, strong desires for whatever you want, and you have a knee-jerk reaction almost to go after the things that you want, is what this is saying to me. With the Seven of Swords on the other side, Seven of Swords can actually stand for like somebody not trusting somebody, and I think what the issue is here is you not trusting yourself. I don't know that that's grounded, because I do feel that you've changed a lot. But there's something here about you almost trying to keep yourself locked up because you're not sure what you'll do if you're put free. I'm not laughing at you, but it's kind of crazy to say that to somebody. But You know if you want something, you're going to go get it. And so for that reason, you're trying to put yourself in a spot where you're not even letting yourself out to go look at what you might want. As crazy as that sounds, that's how this feels. So let's keep moving here, okay? The Three of Cups on this side, this has got to mean that... Okay, never mind. Let's keep going. Okay, so in the near future, where are we going? Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Moon. Okay. With the Ten of Cups, you have stumbled upon something. It looks like here in the near future, something's coming in that you feel like could be emotional fulfillment. You feel as though it holds those, it checks all the boxes. It could be emotional fulfillment, okay? With the Moon, I get the feeling that you are trying to only let the parts of yourself that you think will fit in with this situation out, making you somewhat inauthentic, meaning you are not being honest about who you really are or whatever, okay? Maybe not honest about your past or not honest about what you really want. Some kind of dishonesty here, and I'm sorry, it does feel like it's coming on your part. It's not coming through as like you're trying to lie. You're just omitting certain facts to try to make things run more smoothly is how I feel about it. With the Knight of Pentacles, the fact that you're doing that and whatever you have going on here in the current is causing you to basically be stuck. You are so worried about what you don't want to do or the way that you don't want this to go or be perceived that you're not doing anything. That's, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You're so worried about doing the wrong thing that it's easier to just do nothing. So you're just kind of standing still here. To look at this overall, like if you stand back and look at it, it's almost all swords. That's a lot of mental energy. It's a lot of mental energy for a Pisces. Not that you guys aren't incredibly intelligent people, because you are, but you're also normally very emotional people. You know, you're a water sign. And there's Ten of Cups is the only thing I got out here that's cups. So you have definitely got yourself really locked up in your head. There's a lot of overthinking to some extent, okay? Is what it looks like. Okay, let's see what's behind the Three of Cups. I've got the Seven of Cups and the Chariot. Yeah, you don't trust yourself. To hell with what other... And another attribute to the Queen of Wands, which is how you're presenting, male or female makes no difference. It's an energy. But you're standing in your feminine here, and one of the attributes of the Queen of Wands is they really don't care what other people think of what they're doing anyways. You haven't gotten to that point where you're worried about what other people are thinking about it. You're worried about what you think about it, of yourself. I mean, you're thinking you don't trust yourself right now is what I see. Which, okay, so you're self-aware enough to realize that. I mean, that's plus, right? And you are, there you go. You know, I'm not sure how grounded that is. It's possible. You know you better than I know you, so maybe that is it. Let's get three more, and I got to do the days of the weeks. I've got Five of Cups, the Devil, and the King of Pentacles. You're in boss energy. This Five of Cups is you feeling a sense of loss or regret. I've got to believe it's towards whatever that was in the past. With the Devil, for some reason, you feel like you deserve it. So it's almost like you're holding yourself there to punish yourself. I know that sounds odd, but that's what I'm getting right now. I don't know. Okay, let's see what I got. So Monday, I've got the Lovers and the Three of Pentacles. There's somebody that you want to collaborate with, but you feel like there's a lot of... There needs to be a decision made in this particular dynamic, and there's a lot of uncertainty as far as you're concerned. Maybe not them, I'm not sure. Tuesday, I've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Temperance card. You're trying to exhibit a great deal of patience towards a situation. Yeah. But you're standing in your independence, so I don't know how. Yeah, anyways, okay, Wednesday I've got you with the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Seven of Pentacles would be you deciding whether or not you truly want to invest in something, and the Seven of Wands would speak of you being incredibly defensive. Here again, I think the person that you're the most defensive towards is yourself. It's kind of a different dynamic. There you go, Nine of Cups. And the Ace of Wands is what you've got for Thursday. There's no shortage of desire within this dynamic that we're speaking of over here, the new one or the newer one. And you think it could possibly be your wish fulfillment. It's just whether or not you're going to trust yourself enough to let yourself be part of it. You know, right now I think you're holding yourself to the side, like not quite letting yourself be available to come in. I don't know. There you go. That's what I have for this week, guys. Okay, guys, gals, everybody. I will be back on Wednesday with bonus readings. I'm here every morning for the energy check-ins. No matter what the cards say, have a great week. That's what you do. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you.